Every man on this ship is already dead. And every one of them died, staring at the same thing. This is a true story. Either way, it's one of the strangest things ever radioed across open ocean. Stay till the end, because the ending isn't what you think. Late 1940s, the Strait of Malacca, one of the busiest, most dangerous shipping lanes on Earth. Cargo ships, fishing boats, naval vessels, all of them living or dying by one thing: their radio. Then, on frequencies monitored across the region, something came through that no operator had heard before. That's the horror of it. All officers, including the captain, are dead, lying in the chart room and on the bridge. No screaming, no explanation, no Mayday chaos, just a man calmly reporting that everyone around him was dead. Ships nearby called back immediately. Identify yourself. What happened? Is anyone alive? Nothing. Then one more transmission, barely a whisper. I die. And the radio never spoke again. An American merchant ship, the Silver Star, changed course toward the coordinates. The crew geared up for the usual: fire, injury, maybe survivors clinging to a damaged hull. What they found instead was a ship with no damage at all. No smoke, no flares, no movement on deck, just floating, drifting, like it had been abandoned mid-thought. They sounded the horn, once, twice. Nothing answered. 4 men rowed over anyway. The first man up the ladder stopped cold on the deck. A crew member, lying face up. No blood, no wounds, no sign of a fight. For a second, they thought he'd just collapsed, exhausted, maybe sick. Then they saw his face. Eyes wide open, mouth locked in a scream that never finished, staring straight up at nothing. One body you could explain away: a heart attack, a stroke. Then they found the second, and the third. The engine room, the mess hall, the bridge. Every single space on that ship had a body in it, and every one of them wore the exact same expression. Wide eyes, open mouths, faces turned upward, towards something none of them could point to. Not one wound between them. They found the radio operator exactly where you'd expect, in his chair, one hand still resting near the transmitter, like he'd used the last of whatever he had left to get that message out. No note, no logbook, no explanation scrawled anywhere. Just a man who chose with his final breath to warn someone, anyone, rather than save himself. I die. That was it. That was all he had time for. The team pushed deeper toward the cargo holds, and that's when the air changed. Hotter, fast, not engine room hot, wrong hot. One sailor said he could smell something chemical, sharp, catching in the back of his throat. Nobody knew what this ship was carrying. There were no cargo papers, no manifest, nothing. The lead rescuer made the call. Everyone out. Now. They'd barely reached the lifeboat when the hull shuddered beneath them. Smoke poured up from below deck. They rowed hard and didn't look back until they heard it. The Ourang Medan tore itself apart and went under in minutes. Every body, every clue, every answer that ship might have held, gone to the bottom of the strait. Forever. And that should have been the end of it. A tragic mystery. Unsolved, buried at sea. Except, here's the part almost nobody tells you. Decades later, researchers went looking for proof. Shipping registries, Lloyd's maritime records, Dutch archives, insurance filings, port logs from that stretch of coast. They found nothing. No confirmed crew list, no registration matching the name. No confirmed sinking on record. It's as if a ship that supposedly killed every soul aboard in front of witnesses on one of the busiest shipping lanes on the planet left no paperwork behind at all. So which is it? A cover-up thorough enough to erase a ship from history, or a story that was never quite true to begin with? Keep that question in your head, because the theories about what actually happened are almost scarier than not knowing. Theory 1. Deadly cargo. Post-war ships sometimes carried undocumented military chemicals, potassium cyanide, nitroglycerin. If seawater hit the wrong compound in that hold, it could produce a gas that kills in seconds and leaves no wound. It would explain the bodies. It would explain the explosion. It doesn't explain why no manifest, real or fabricated, has ever surfaced. Theory 2. Carbon monoxide. Simple, invisible, deadly. A leak from the engine room could kill an entire crew with no external injury at all. But carbon monoxide doesn't leave people frozen mid-scream, and it doesn't detonate a ship on its own. Theory 3. Pirates. Except nothing was stolen. No gunfire, no forced entry, no struggle. Pirates don't usually leave a fully intact ship and just walk away. Theory 4. Something the story doesn't want to name. Every crew member looking up, at the same moment, at the same thing. There's no evidence for it. There never has been. But it's the theory that's kept this story alive for 80 years, because it's the one question nobody can rule out. Here's what the researchers actually found, buried in old press archives. The earliest known version of this story wasn't a maritime report at all. It was a magazine article, published years after the supposed sinking. And every retelling since has changed something. The date, the rescue ship's name, the exact wording of that final message. Some historians think a real, smaller maritime tragedy got exaggerated into legend over decades of retelling. Others think the entire thing was invented from nothing, and believed so widely for so long that it became true simply by repetition. Which means the real mystery was never the ship. It's us. How something with almost no evidence became one of the most famous true horror stories in maritime history. And why, even now, knowing all of this, it still gets under your skin. I have my own theory. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Tell me yours in the comments. If this one got you, subscribe. I post 2 of these a week, and next up is a story just as strange. Stay curious, stay cautious,